Hello everybody, welcome back to This Old Cook. It's a glorious day here in the UK, a perfect summer's day for a barbecue. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make some lovely chicken kebabs in a Vietnamese style with a glorious honey and hoisin glaze to go over the top. Um, there is some marination involved in this. You need to marinate it for at least 5 hours, or you can make them a day ahead and do it overnight. Probably going to taste a bit better anyway. If you haven't got a barbecue, you can just do them under the grill. It works exceptionally well as too. So there are a few ingredients involved. So we'll go over, check them out, and we'll get going. Back in a second. Let's have a look through the ingredients then. I'll put all these ingredients in the description box down below so you can copy and paste them. So don't worry about taking too much notice of it in quantities now. I do have 1 kilo of skinless, boneless chicken thighs. I'm going to cut each one of those into 4. Spring onions, garlic, turmeric, paprika, soft brown sugar, salt, cornflour, the zest of a lemon, and a couple of small sticks of lemongrass. Light soy sauce, rich hoisin, or any hoisin, doesn't really matter, and some honey. So that's all the ingredients. There are a few ingredients to this, but don't panic too much. So the first job is we'll put the marinade together. So I'll show you that now. Right, so let's put this marinade together then. You'll need a nice sharp knife for the lemongrass because it's really difficult to cut. So you just want to give them a good slice. And then give them a nice chop. They are very hard. So I'll get on and finish chopping the other one and be back in a second. Right, so I've added the chopped lemongrass into the blender. Just going to put in the crushed garlic cloves, the spring onions, the salt, lemon zest, getting a bit full, it's only a small blender, the brown sugar, the turmeric. This might be a bit too full. Ooh. The paprika and the cornflour. And now we're going to add the light soy sauce. I'll start off with 3. If it needs a little bit more just to loosen it, then I'll add a little bit more. It's going to get a bit noisy, so I'll reduce the volume and speed it up a bit. Okay, that looks good. I think you can see that okay. Just let me get a spoon and show you what the texture is like. You don't want it too fine. You want a little bit of coarseness left. So that's kind of what it looks like. I hope you can see that. That looks good. It's not too fine. I might need to add just a little bit more soy sauce, I think, just to loosen it a little. The smell is fabulous of that, so that's another tablespoon of that. Yeah, that looks better. much better. Let's move this out of the way. That is the marinade now ready to go. So we'll cut the chicken and we'll get the chicken into the marinade. Right, so I'll just show you how to do one of these chicken thighs. I like to marinate in one of these Ziploc bags. They're brilliant for this. So remove some of the excess fat. Just check with these thighs and make sure they've been boned properly. Sometimes you get little bits of bone left. So all we're going to do, as you see, just flip them over in half that way, in half that way. And then in the bag. All right, one more. These are various, so that was quite a big one. They're sort of various sizes. Yeah, no bone in that. In half that way. In half that way. In half that way. So I'll get on and cut the rest of these and put them in the bag and show you the marinade bit. Right, so let's go ahead and put the marinade in with the chicken. I'm not sure if my microphone disconnected on the last bit and just on the other standard microphone. So if it did, I apologise. Right, just get all this in there. You know, it's a great little blender, that. It's like dirt cheap, but for doing this kind of stuff, or if you're making some ginger garlic paste, it's like really good for that as well. This smells bloody lovely. Right. Give that a good seal. So this is what I like about using these Ziploc bags, is you can massage all the marinade into every bit of the chicken. You can use a bowl and hands if you want to, but I like doing it this way. Right, so that's almost there now. I'll carry on and do that. This now 5 hours in the fridge or overnight if you want to make them a day ahead. It's entirely up to you. So when these come out, we'll get together, we'll light the barbecue, and then we'll get grilling. See you then. Right, so the chicken's out and ready. It's been sat in the fridge for 7 hours. What I'm going to do now is just put the chicken from here into a bowl to make it easier to thread. In here, I have the honey and hoisin glaze, and that is 5 tablespoons of hoisin and 5 tablespoons of honey. So if it's not enough for you, if you make a load of this, then it's just 1 to 1. So 1 tablespoon honey, 1 tablespoon of hoisin. Right, let's get this out. I just got to talk to you about how good that smells. These are going to blow your mind, let me tell you. So I'm just going to do 1 skewer, and I'll get on and do the rest. So let's go. Give it a little mix. Just get your hands in. It's all good. I've got flat skewers so they don't like turn over. Don't overfill them. That'll do for one skewer. So I'm going to go through and do the others now, and I'll come back when they're done, and we'll go from there. Right, so I've got 6 skewers of chicken with 5 pieces of chicken on each. So as I say, if you make more, that's 1 kilo of chicken thighs, by the way, cut into 4, and they were quite sizable. So if you want to make extra, just double the marinade, double the glaze, and so on. So they're now ready for the barbecue. So what I'm going to do now is go light the barbecue, and then when I'm ready to cook, we'll come back. Right, so the barbecue's up at temperature and we're ready to cook. So I'm going to load the skewers onto the rack. If you don't have a rack, it doesn't matter, just use a couple of bricks. So we're going to load the skewers. Dude, they smell so good. Don't put any marinade on it just yet, because it's got honey in it. It'll burn like nobody's business. So just don't do it just yet. I'm just going to give this tray to my lovely assistant, who will place it somewhere over there. I'm going to let these cook, but as it runs, but I will shorten it so that it doesn't take so long. Now, looking pretty good. I'm going to put the first little brush of honey and hoisin sauce. These things will blow your mind, I tell you. They are so good. Kids love them. If you had smelly vision, you'd like love this. So far it's been about 6 minutes. We want to cook the chicken until the internal temperature is 165 degrees Fahrenheit or 74 degrees centigrade. Then we know it's cooked. It's the safe cooking temperature. There you go, look at that. You see how the honey will like get seriously hot and can burn. This is over direct heat, so just keep your eye on it. Just when they get like this, you see them starting to catch a little bit. Just keep turning them regularly, moving them around the grill. Take a bit of watching, but so just as an idea, these have now been cooking for 11 minutes. They're probably going to take about 15 to 20 minutes until they're at temperature. They're really getting going now. Look at that color. That's like glorious. Just move them around. It's been 13 minutes now since I put these on, and they're not far. And indeed, these are done. So I'm going to take them off, plate them up, give them a last basting with the honey and hoisin sauce. Then they can sit. You can keep them in the oven for a while, just in a warm oven, and that'll be good. So I'll be back in a minute and show you exactly what they look like. And I've got to tell you, they're just phenomenal.